Hi guys, welcome to season 2 of the Mic of God. I remain the finest man alive. Ebuka Mic answers the cry of many. Light of your motion with there is other acronyms that you might like to know. This is season 2, and interestingly, today, normally it was Idema that would normally neglect me. Demas, having loved this present world, but this time Goke too. I don't know, is this what we're going to be doing? Is this how we're starting the season, that you leave me alone? But it's fine. I'm the mic of God. It's not them. When I called Abraham, I called him alone. So, so I don't blame them. All right, but God is so amazing. He works things in ways that you can never imagine. When we're starting Mic of God, there's some people I wanted to really have on the show, and it so happened that at the time I reached out to one of them. I saw one of them in a concert like that. And he said, "Oh, I'll tell you the story later in the podcast." But, we're supposed to have him. And then I remember that he lives outside Lagos and how we're going to shoot it. And I don't want to do all those episodes of course, I know the whole world is interconnected, but I wanted to feel him live, look into his eyes so that you guys can know that I know him, you get. But anyways, in the studio today, I have an incredible content creator, musician, singer, rapper, India, an amazing teacher with so much profound wisdom and insight. I have with me on the set His Royal Highness,
my God,
Kng James in the
Thank you
studio.
so much. Thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah, I also like to add that he's a married man.
I am. Please. Please.
Because some of you are licking your lips.
My God.
Thank God Idema is not in the studio.
Yeah.
Should have started weeping at this point of the show, but thank God. Maybe God just decided that. Kng James is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for having me, brother.
So good to have you here. And it's just amazing that he just clicked and he was in Lagos and we're here doing it. And he said I must shoot it. And so today, we're going to be talking about something very interesting. Never ever spoken before on the Mic of God. It's a topic that is so amazing. Yes, we're talking about love, sex, and relationships. The evil trinity. For Orthodox Christians, the evil trinity. Yes. Done. God made it. Humans changed it. Hollywood perverted it.
My God.
But here, it's love, sex, and relationships. And before we go into it, how are you feeling, Kng James?
I'm feeling great. I'm happy to be here. These are the kind of conversations I like.
I know.
Yes, yeah, I'm sure you know. Yeah. I mean, it's a topic that I am particularly passionate about just because of the amount of, I'll call it attack, because on a deep level, I know it's an attack, but on the surface level, I'll say just because of the amount of misconceptions, that are in these topics, love, people have different ways, different perspectives that they have of love, different beliefs of how we should do relationships, sex. If we enter the matter, my God, everybody has their own, view, perception of it, and depending on what you think about it, people's experiences are vastly different. Like people engaging with what they believe are the same concepts are having different results. My marriage is ending. My relationship is, we've concocted many ways for people to be with each other, you understand? And just a lot of clarity needs to be brought, to these particular topics.
When I think about it, I'm wondering, because of exactly the fact you say you're passionate about it. I wanted to ask why, but you just said why. But I wanted to say, has this been because if you look at your content, there's a sizable amount of, energy put into this regard.
Yes.
And I'm always wondering, of course, for somebody to be this passionate about this, there must be an inward driving force.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, was it always your thought pattern? Was it always this cause to champion this God's actual perspective of these things? Was it always your stuff, or it was just something that happened that you just said?
I agree with you that, when you see this kind of passion, there's, I as well will be looking, is there a story behind this? What happened? What caused this? And I'm passionate about it because I can relate to it on a personal level. If that makes sense. I can relate to being confused about the topic. I can relate to trying to figure it out. Like, okay, I've heard, man supposed to deal with one woman, but why do? And I can relate to, wondering. I remember then in secondary school, you're a young guy, very impressionable, very also low key, like a blank page in a sense. You understand? So anybody can write on you, metaphorically speaking. Anybody can just come and imprint what they believe on you, that kind of thing. And if it makes sense at the time, that's what you're going to use as your own compass, to navigate life. Exactly. So I remember being in secondary school and just seeing everybody around me dating, and I'm like, okay, I don't know why people are doing this, but this is a thing. Apparently, if you like this girl, you should be in a relationship with her. I'm seeing everybody is doing this. Okay. So growing up around that and being introduced to that, I say, well, how old was I? Maybe 13, 14, which is not bad. People are even introduced to it earlier. But growing up around that.
Inside life.
But growing up around that culture, I started dating early, and I'm like, okay, still exploring this thing and trying to understand, but why though? And I remember at the time when I gave my life to Christ, like when I started following the Lord seriously, relationships were the first thing that the Lord addressed in my life. Like that was the first thing that He spoke to me about. When I gave my life to Christ, literally I remember the next morning I'm like, oh, so Lord, what next? Like now that I'm following you, like what's next? And a friend of mine sent me a sermon. Said that the Lord just laid on her heart to send it to me, and the sermon was, can't forget, 5 keys to identifying your soulmate. Forget about the title. Yes, forget about the title. It was a very powerful message, by Torrey Roberts. It was the first time I was introduced to the idea of trusting God for a person, or even talking to God about who you want to be in relationship with. Prior to that, and I'm saying years of being interested in dating, being exposed to dating and dating culture, that idea of I can tell God, like, oh God, see this person, I'm interested in this person, never crossed my mind once. I didn't even think it was a thing, but once I got introduced to, once my friend sent me that sermon, it took me down a new path, if that makes sense, like a new, trying to rediscover what this thing is actually about. Oh, God cares about this thing. God wants to know who I'm with. God wants to direct me to somebody. I didn't even know God cares about this thing, and stuff like that. So that took me down a whole journey of learning, just and relearning, to be honest, about love, about sex, about relationships, just generally speaking. And this on a personal level, you understand? So
so that's why
you've been gathering it for some time.
Imagine.
Yes.
That's profound.
Yeah.
But that, let's go into it. Yeah. I believe it was last year, I was on a podcast.
Okay.
Honest Bunch. I wore this same jacket. That's why I wore it again for this one.
Oh my God.
When I was coming out. But there's somebody who was like, I'm going to wear this again.
Yeah.
Well, not like I thought, because now I see the hand of God and everything.
Yeah.
Not like I thought to wear. That's what I sought to wear, and I decided to wear it. Now I'm just thinking about it. This is exactly what I wore that day. And so I was on this podcast, and one of the podcast was on this same topic.
Okay.
So this is the rejoinder. Yeah. So while we were on it, one of the things that happened was that one of the chilling things for me was, when I got a lot of followers from it, lots of people. I even got money. People who send money, like, bro, I never knew people still thought like this. But there was a question that was asked, and I want to start with that question.
Okay.
Do you think it's possible to be in love with 2 people at the same time? That was the question that was asked in that podcast, And then the first lady says, yes, very possible.
I think I saw clips of that.
And the second lady said, yeah, it's possible. And I thought, wow, how? From where I was coming from, I was like, and I said, wait, we would have to then, first of all, start by defining
love.
What love is.
What are you talking about?
And I remember one of the ladies saying that, oh, love is just attraction. That, I can love you because of you spend money on me. I can love you because of you sleep with me well. I can love you because of, you make me feel happy. Just proper shower talk. You know? But I'm just saying.
Say proper.
It's not like,
Yeah.
what do you mean by that, And so I want to start with that, Let's look at it. Because I left that place, a lot of things I said to them on that podcast. I remember telling them about how that love was not a feeling, it was a choice. And they said they had never heard that before.
Yes.
These are people that they are grown. I've been in several relationships, and they were like, no, it's a feeling. It's how you make me feel.
Yeah.
And they were ready to die on it. But I said, when Kng James comes, we'll talk about this thing from a very, some kind of logical standpoint. Of course, from our base. But, do you think, in all honesty, do you think it is possible to be in love with two people at the same time? That's as you did now.
Yeah.
You go love your wife and love another person the same, like in love.
So yes, the same way that you started to address is the exact same way, like thought process I was going through. Like, what do you mean by love? Because clearly, whoever is saying this is saying that or implying that they are basically saying that I am feeling the same thing for different people. But it is what you are feeling that we are trying to discover. Like, what is that? This thing, I agree with you that you are feeling the same thing for different people. But the argument that we're having now is that thing that you're feeling. What is it? Is it love? That's the conversation that we're having. That's it. That's all that we need to do now. Yes. That thing that you are feeling for different people, which I agree you are feeling for different people, is that thing love?
Because you hear men say things like, bro,
you understand? Nobody believe that you pass man. Say, I feel love many people. Many. I'm currently in love with many of them. You understand? But that thing that you are referring to is that thing love, and then addressing it by definitions. What really is love? You notice that when people talk about things like that, the thing that they are calling love is how they feel about, is how people make them feel. So it's a very self-centered, and I'm not even saying in terms of you being selfish yet. I mean, like, you are the center of the definition. Like, how you feel is what determines whether that thing is love or whether you call that thing love or not. And love, by definition, is not selfish. Like, love does not think about itself. Love is considering other people. Yes. And we also, another thing that's very important to note is that within the context of this conversation, we're talking most of the time talking about love in a romantic sense. Love, more of the Greeks call it eros. That's the kind of love that I'm talking about. Love that is, like you said now, I'll be in love with my wife and feel what I feel for my wife for another person, if that makes sense.
I wish I met you before I met you.
Bruh. Hey.
Yeah.
But yes, so usually in the context of this conversation, people are talking about love in a romantic sense. Can I love somebody in a romantic sense, or more than one person in a romantic sense at the same time? Straight answer, no. Straight answer, no. If we're talking about actual love, because love will not allow you to love another person. Love, the actual feeling of love, because love is jealous. Love, by nature, the statement is actually contradictory to the nature of love. Love will not allow you to love another person like that, because love, and if you flip it, and that's the funny thing, it only makes sense because it is selfish. It only makes sense to the person that is thinking about themselves. Once you flip it, that same person will not want to be in a relationship where they are the third, fourth, seventh wife. I've seen people that ask a man, your typical man that physically can be in love with many people, if he doesn't mind being somebody's ninth husband. The man's like mad. He doesn't want to be anybody's ninth husband. Facts. And the reason is because now he's no longer thinking about himself, like what he will benefit from having 10 or more multiple partners. He's now thinking about, how do I feel about being someone else's 10th So his view has shifted from himself. The second that happens, they're able to see love correctly. But as long as they are looking at it from that self-centered point of view, it's very easy to, want to eat your cake and have it. It's normal. It's normal. That's when you even hear them talking, you can see the selfishness oozing. That's one of the things that lets you know it's not love. And the thing is, all of us can relate to what real love actually is. You hear these same guys that talk like this, wanting to have multiple partners. If you hear them talk about love, for example, in relation to their mothers, is an entirely different thing they're talking about. These ones that love multiple women, but they are mommy's boys. Like, I know how much my mother sacrificed for me. I cannot, they are the ones that usually cannot love their wife more than their mother. I will choose my mother before you. And it's because the love that they received from their mother is stronger than this thing that they have for the wife. So and it's because that thing is not love.
My question to ask is, this is what you said is very valid, very logical.
Yes.
Now, but yet this person feels what he feels.
Yes. Which I've acknowledged.
So what is that thing? Because because sometimes some people feel like we Christians are, a lot of times we in our bid to be spiritual, they say we are not realistic.
Yes.
Because this person is feeling something, all right? He feels like, I love this person and I love this person. Okay, if you say it's not love, okay.
What is it?
What I feel for this person that is making me do all these things for this person is what I'm feeling for this other sister. And when I want to do all this, now you are telling me that thing I'm feeling is not love. So what is it?
It is, I hope I'm close enough to the mic. It is lost, sir. That is exactly what it is. There's no confusion about it.
Lost.
Yes.
Okay, but sometimes, in our generation, a lot of times we've painted lust to be something, sometimes just sexual attraction. A lot of people feel like, because there are people that genuinely don't have sexual urges, maybe yet, towards these people, but yet they feel the same thing in two ways. But the painting of lust, because are you saying because it's still lust?
It is still lust, yes. It's just not in the context of sexual now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But lust, if you check the actual definition, it just means to desire something passionately. That's all it means. It is not attributed to anything by definition.
Okay.
Is you that now decides what you lost after. And what makes it lost is that you are channeling it toward something that you ought not to be channeling it toward.
Okay.
Yes. So it is a passion that you are channeling in the wrong place. But all it means is to desire something passionately. I say it jokingly a lot of times. Nobody is more zealous than a man that has not slept with you yet. Nobody is more zealous. If it's by zeal, my God, this guy will go to the ends of the earth, my sister. They know it. They are the ones that should be here talking to us now, telling us details of men that have caught flights, men that have spent money that they've not spent on their children.
Just to so that they can, and that's
his love.
That's
you are sure
affection.
That he after you slept with him, all of a sudden the love disappeared. What happened? That thing is love. How come after you guys slept together in the bed, he didn't want to see you again? Ask women, they will tell you. They will tell you. They slept together. As immediately they finished, the man was literally. They are the ones that made the definition. I know people not clarity. Okay, yes, now I can now see. Your eyes are now clear.
Wow.
But that's the thing that they were calling love.
So
why is it that I feel differently about you all of a sudden after I've gotten this thing that you've gotten the thing that you wanted? It's not the person. That's why. Why is it that even in the examples that you cited that the lady was citing, she's not talking about the person.
She's talking about herself.
She's talking about herself, and then the things that the people are, the different things
they are doing
that they are doing for her, or in my words, the different things that she's lusting after. This one, I like our sex. This one, money. This one, she doesn't give a damn about any of the people. It can come through any channel. It doesn't matter the channel is coming through. It's just you are just the one we're talking about because you happen to be the channel that sex is coming through and all of that.
Let me stretch this. All right. So now you have perfect understanding. Now, are you trying to say that because we just painted a picture now that one of the signs that is lost is the fact that once what is once has been gotten, you're only as useful as what I can get from you. Okay. Are we saying that in relationships that, you love this person, now you're just with this person, you love this person.
Yes.
And then, are you saying that there don't come times where you also, all of a sudden, you're like, what am I doing with this person? You don't have those feelings of, maybe I should be somewhere else, not here.
Even with people that you
love.
No, those kind of times can come.
Okay.
But I don't think that those times discredit what you feel toward them.
Okay.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Okay.
That's another thing I like to say a lot. I can love a person and still feel feelings of whether it's doubt, whether it's do I feel like this is I'm benefiting in quotes, as much as I should from this relationship. I love this person, but this person is draining me. I know people that are in relationships that this person clearly loves this other person, and I will tell you, run away from that place. Because this person is a leech. This person is draining you. You are tired emotionally, you are tired physically, this person is a bad financial decision. any aspect of life that you want to.
Just because you feel love with the person,
does not justify the relationship itself, if that makes sense. And doesn't even discredit other things that you might be feeling. You might be feeling those other things for valid reasons. Is the point I'm trying to make. Obviously, these are the kind of things that you want to look at on a case by case basis. But all I'm saying is that it's not every time that these things don't always contradict each love. That makes sense. Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now, if we, of the truth, I think that, one of the challenges of our generation and even the world in this bid to figure out life, there's a whole lot of experimenting, trying to try out new stuff. Paul in Athens, he said the people like to hear a new thing. So that's why I even wanted to hear him. But it's a trendy, society where people are just like, do what works for you. Okay, in that bit to find what works for you is a lot of trial by error. So you see a lady has been in a relationship with this guy. She has tried to do it faithful way. She said he ended in tears. Then she tried this one. The two of them should just even be open. Everybody just knows. So far, I'm okay with you cheating on me. So far, you tell me who she is. You've heard those kind of things.
Yes.
And then you have a relationship where they even have a mutual third partner. So there's different tryouts. Then you have also the part where there's a higher rate of relationship failure. Lots of marriages are breaking, lots of marriages are not working. So some people even say the marriage thing itself is not, maybe his marriage thing is not even it. Maybe just get a lady that will agree to give birth for you.
That's all.
No commitment. Just committed to the kid. So there's this whole thing happening, and sometimes I wonder, it's just, from my opinion, it's just a hard attempt of the world to rebel against God. Now, when you look at it from what is happening a lot with marriages today, and I mean, you're just newly married. I said I'll ask you this question, I'll put you on the spot. Very personal question. So I wanted to ask you, do you think that your marriage will succeed? It's a very weird question. I'm going to ask you, do you think that your marriage will succeed? And if yes, what's the because I mean, I was the MC at his wedding, guys. So yes,
he was.
Actually, that's one of the reasons why I can be confident that it will succeed.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm saying, jokes aside, recently you got married.
Yeah.
You know, and now some people say they fell love things. They say, oh, the first 5 years are the toughest. Oh, if you survive the first 2 years, then you go for the next 5 years. Then if you go for the next 5 years, you go for the next 50 years. You know, I've had different theories, but with the way the world is going,
Yeah.
what makes you so sure that your marriage is going to work? And number two, you got married. That means you must still believe in the idea of marriage.
Yeah.
Why do you believe in the idea of marriage?
Yeah.
These two questions.
Yeah. No, and they are amazing questions. And I like the way you introduce the questions, because that actually is it. When we're talking about something like marriage or even just relationships, period, the whole exploration that we are seeing is an acknowledgement that, okay, me as a man, I would like deal with woman. Woman as a woman, acknowledging that I would like deal with man. But what's the best way for us to be together? That's what everybody's trying to figure out. What is the best way for us to be together? This is the point of the whole exploration. Is it to have a baby mama, then have side chicks? Is it to have open relationship? Is it to
have Smalley?
To have is it to have Smalley?
That's the worst.
What is it? Do you understand? Is it Ashawo? Is it everybody is checking to see what is the best way for man and woman to be together? We have acknowledged that we want to be together. What's the best way for us to do it? Marriage also on the table. Marriage, is that the best way for us to do it? And everybody's trying to figure it out. Now, another thing I like to point out to people is that how you feel is not the best decision maker. It's not the best thing to use to make a decision, but it's a good indicator of certain facts or certain truths. Like, acknowledge your feelings, because your feelings are telling you something. They're giving you information that you can now use and process to make a decision. But don't make a decision based on
feelings.
Only on this is how I feel, so I'm going to do this because I feel this. No. Note that how you are feeling is telling you something. Like, the attraction you're feeling toward the woman is telling you something. But because I am feeling strongly attracted toward this woman, I want to sleep with this woman, I should. No. The same anger that a criminal will use to kill somebody that he hates, the same anger a father will use and protect his son. You understand? It's the same rage that he will use and defend his wife. It's the same wrath. It's the same. So there's a purpose for the feeling, but you can misuse it, if that makes sense. So people need to understand that just feeling it is not a justification for what you do with it, if that makes sense. So I acknowledge your strong feeling for a woman. Bible does too. That's why Paul will say, instead of burning with passion, marry. But why is he preferring marriage as a solution to that your feeling, or something that will help you with that? That's the question we're trying to answer. Now, when we look at all of these things on paper, is marriage better than all these other ways? That's what I advise people to do. Like you that is in the experience. I would like to even have an episode where we sit down with, if they are ready, people that are trying these other methods. I want to really sit down and hear you out. Like, based off of your experience, what do you think? Yes, do you think this thing genuinely? Do you think this thing is a logical way to go about relating with the opposite sex? Do you think so? You're in an open relationship. Even inside those open relationships, jealousy is still there. It's still there. Even people that are doing these things, somehow they still this desire for someone that is loyal to them is still there. Why are you still desiring loyalty? Why are you upset when your side chick is a side chick to somebody else? It's ridiculous. Like, your side chick is somebody else's main chick. Are you the best? You don't see side chick the verse for the man wife. You the thief person. You the verse from the owner of the person. But why you the verse? I have literally, this is not even just gist, I have had commotion in my workplace once because one of our staff, the wife came to the office, scattered the whole place. Why? Because, and in conversation with him, he was telling me that even the side chick diverse for the wife. So you are inside those systems, but still, and don't forget what I said, those things that you are feeling are good indicators. They are telling you something. They are telling you that love is jealous. They are telling you that you can't, you can try to do away with it with all these systems, but if you are going to be genuinely connected to somebody, you are going to feel that desire to, this person is my own, and it's a good feeling. There's nothing wrong with it. I know people like to talk about jealousy as if it's a bad thing, but jealousy is one of the things that shows you that. I'll give you an example. You don't buy shoe before, or maybe one jacket where you really like. Then maybe your sibling carry am, wear am. Just go useless and wear the shoe, enter, go match mode, go do something. You know how your siblings just enter your wardrobe and carry anything they see and go with it, and you go, they para, why you carry my this thing? Or for example, me, I dey play ball before. I be Ronaldo fan.
Let's go.
When I buy Mercurials like this, they are consecrated. You don't touch my boots. You be my guy, yo. You are my guy. Mercurial. And I love you, but if I buy Mercurial, if I buy CR7s and I keep them somewhere, no just carry my boots, go play ball, say, oh, you be no day room. I just be one, just me and you go quarrel because I'm jealous over those boots. I'm jealous over those things, if that makes sense. In the same way, you can feel that toward a person. And you should, Seth, you understand? But I said all of that to explain those things that you are feeling, even inside these, in my opinion, broken ways to try and be with the opposite sex. Now, marriage. Why?
So if I hear you correctly,
yeah,
because I like that clarification you're trying to put in place about when you're describing the jealousy of
yes.
love. So
you are still feeling it inside those your systems.
So you're trying to say that it's not even. I mean, I'm even talking about the concept. You're saying that love in itself is jealous in the sense that it guards or protects that which it commits.
It has committed itself to.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes. Not in the sense of envy.
No.
More in the sense of more like in the sense of God is a jealous God.
Exactly.
That kind of vibe.
Exactly. That what you feel. That's what makes you protect your own. If that makes sense.
Because this one is mine.
It's mine.
Yes.
You have your own and feel that way toward your own, but this one is my own.
So don't do it anyhow.
Exactly. Don't use my thing anyhow. If that makes sense. You know. So again, why marriage? Another thing that you see is very absent from all these other versions of relationships that we try to do is security. And people are looking for it. That's the truth. Even guys that you are thinking, oh, I mean, you have money, because we find security in different things. For example, most of the time, we find our security in resources, money. If you have money, you feel secure. You know, you don't want to feel like I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Just generally speaking, in life. You understand? That's why we feel secure in resources. But even in relationship, we're looking for it. Why you dey vex say you call your side chick 10 times, she no pick? Why? You dey worry, say she dey with another person. Okay, are you the side chick? Is not another person that you are being with. What are you looking for? Some sense of security. You still somehow want to know that this person is there with me. You understand?
I feel you.
But you can't have that because of the nature of the way you're trying to do it.
That's why situationships can be very annoying, because you guys are
uncertainty, choke. Uncertainty. I don't know what's going on.
You can't even lay claim.
And you cannot be angry about it. That's another thing that's frustrating about it. You cannot be mad. You signed up for this. You said, let's see how it goes. Now you are seeing how it's going, and you are upset. You are seeing how it's going.
My God.
You know.
That's so
true. The point now, just to bring it home, is that all of those things you are looking for, you find in marriage. You find in marriage. All those things that your heart still desires inside all of these other places, you find them in marriage. You find security.
Yeah.
You find
God.
Yes, you understand.
Commitment. There's a boundary.
Right. Even lay claim to a person. My madam, has every right to call me now and say, Alpha, babe, you said you were coming back by, and I owe her an explanation. And you might feel like, oh, why would I do that kind of accountability, security? You are secure. She can't do that to any other random person on the road. Me, I've committed myself to her that you can do this one with me, and I can do it with you.
And there's safety in that.
And there is safety in that, my brother. Because people go, look, that is, you are in prison.
Exactly what I was just about to say.
Oh yeah, your freedom. Tell us how it's going.
Exactly what I was about to say, because as you were talking,
you could hear.
It was like the wisdom of God was just unveiled to me. So the permanence of marriage is not a prison of some sort. Actually, is a secure place for that exploration of love.
You need to function in life. We need some sort of stability, structure, routine, something that makes you know that this is my expectation of how things are going to be tomorrow. It's normal. Every believer, unbeliever, no matter, everybody gives their life that kind of structure.
And that's why, that's why we actually lean on God, because because he's stable. He always did.
That's what he is for us.
You understand?
On the most foundational level.
You understand?
Yes.
Because no wonder. So sorry, as you're talking, my mind is running through many things.
Yes.
Because, I made up my mind I was not going to talk too much. I wanted to just listen a lot to this episode, and it's been an amazing time. When the Pharisees and scribes came to Jesus, Matthew 19, I said that Moses said that we can divorce our wife, we give her a bill of divorcement, and and Jesus Christ said from the beginning it was not so. In other words, this stuff was not supposed to have a clause out.
Original plan.
There was no plan for you to have Now that's a very wild statement to make, that I'm going to enter into this contract with this person forever, as long as I live, at least. It's a lot of people think, what about this is a person that is not a perfect being, that is not God. This person is going to hurt me many times in my lifetime. Some a little, some very grave. Yeah. But God is saying, that's why.
Yes, I'll remain there.
Yeah. And the truth is that nobody, if you check anybody that truly was transformed, nobody can truly transform without that stable support to lean on. That is the fact that that's what I said. That's why God is for us. Because no matter what you do, fam, the day your knees hit the floor, is right there.
That's it.
So I think that this whole permanence thing just brought a new light to me. How the fuck, guys? It's not a prison,
it's not
really.
A bad thing.
It's actually a good thing.
It's not a bad thing. And you see, another way you can even look at it is a lot of people think that the absence of the permanence is what makes these other methods that we do, is what breeds the uncertainty in all these other methods that we do. All these other methods that we have. That's why cohabitation, for example, a lot of people think that cohabiting or cohabitation is a simulation of marriage. They think that let me deal with this person so that I will know whether I can marry this person. But the fact that you're dealing with the person is not permanent is what makes it fundamentally different from marriage. For example, the fact that you can live will change. It will influence everything you do in the relationship. It will influence how much, the depth of your patience, the depth of the love that you are willing to give, the depth of the sacrifice that you are willing to give, the fact that I must not be here, the fact that
if it gets out, I can live.
That fact,
so you never really give your all.
You will never give your all. You can't give your all anywhere except in marriage. So you don't even know yourself. You don't.
Do you know
yourself outside of marriage?
This is so factual
because whatever you think you were giving that you have been calling your all, marry first and see. Marry first. Deal with somebody when you know that this one I cannot just disappear tomorrow, and then you will see that there are deeper depths of patience.
I saw these people say that I just want I know if marry who I never know, so I just want to sleep with them to know.
You can never know.
But even Bible says no man know any things of a man.
My God. Pepperly. Nakax.
So you can actually know somebody by living with them or
No,
by
no, no,
sleeping
no.
with
It's
them.
not. It doesn't help you.
Or by
It doesn't help you much. You take a
More.
leap of faith,
Whoa.
and you.
That's crazy,
Yes,
fam.
yes. You can't cheat it. You can't cheat the process.
Okay. I'm loving this now. But people still look at the marriage thing and say, "Omo, it has not been as successful."
Yes.
Now, which can be argued,
Yes,
right?
facts.
Of course, because most of the things that we see are the terrible news. Nobody comes online to say, "Oh, my
Oh,
marriage is
nobody won't
beautiful."
even hear. We don't dey nice. So the man never give me a call.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
oh.
You know,
Swipe.
good. Yeah.
The
You
fan
don't go
wahala.
trend because
Yes.
I mean, before is he supposed to? Yeah, is he supposed to not give you peace?
Yes.
So, do you think there's a fundamental, two things?
Yes.
You think there's a fundamental choosing problem? As per, I want to choose who to marry.
Yeah.
Do you think that is a choice problem? Because there's this thing is permanent now, like you said. If
Yes.
something is going to be permanent, you've got to be. I mean, if we think, people that really think something like tattoos that
Yes.
that will be there forever.
It's a commitment.
But you want to think about what you're writing.
Yes, facts.
You can't write something
That I will not regret.
6
this.
months from now you're like shit.
It's no longer relevant.
You understand? You
Yeah.
understand? So I'm thinking, especially, but the people that don't do that, people that don't even care about their bodies,
Yeah.
because they can write a slang Zazu, then next week another
It's
song
no longer.
is
Yes, yes.
your children ask you, "Mommy, what is Zazu?" You say, "Don't worry."
You know, when I was young,
It was the name of the bird in Lion King. So the point,
yeah,
the point is that I'm saying
choosing issues.
choosing issues.
Yes, yes.
Do you think there's a problem with most?
Yeah,
Or let me say the generic view. Well, using generic view by saying social media talk,
Yes,
talk on the street, with how people want to choose a husband or a partner. Like, do you think that?
yes.
And what do you think are things people can, really look out for?
Yeah. So just off the bat, yes, I think that our priorities are inconsistent with good marriages. What we prioritize right now,
Okay.
generally speaking, is inconsistent with having a good marriage. Is inconsistent with becoming good men, becoming good women, becoming the kind of people that will not just cope, not just thrive, but have a good marriage, if that makes sense. Our priorities, we have issues with how we are picking. Yes.
So if you want to give somebody, what would you say?
Yes.
What would you say?
But before that, Seth, I wanted to also address that point of, but marriages don't work, if that makes sense.
Okay.
If we are able to come to an agreement that marriage is a good thing. So, for example, all the things that have been said now on this podcast, if you agree with me or can empathize with the fact that marriage is safe, ideally speaking, to people that have sense, it gives you security that you actually can't find in these other things that you've tried. If we can acknowledge that there's a level of certainty here, I like the idea of the accountability that is here. Not because I'm even trying to be I'm trying to police my person, but at least the fact that I can express and I have a right to express that this is my discomfort, and this person should actually acknowledge that. If we can look at all those things and acknowledge that those are good things, then is it fair to say that because two people can be unsuccessful in this thing, that is not an argument against the institution itself? You understand? Like, because people, Yahoo boys, and they can scam me and rob my bank account, that's not an argument for keeping money under my bed. Do you understand? Like, it's not an argument against the security of a bank account. It's not an argument, people go to school and fail. Is that an argument against education? Is that an argument against the school system? Is that an argument against the institution itself, if that makes sense? You understand? If you're critiquing the institution itself, this is why it doesn't work, I get. But saying that people fail at it as an argument against it is not wise.
There was a course
you
in
understand?
Covenant, when I was in Covenant, GEC 220, Engineering Mathematics.
My God.
So the way people failed that course, where you come, the man that is a lecturer, he was a doctor then. His name was Dr. Vincent. I had a second guy, was Dr. Sani. I think I had the now professors, sadly. But the way people failed those courses, if you came and you never knew the number of people doing the course until exams.
My God.
If you came for exams, have you ever seen a crusade? when the man is standing, it's like he's not teaching,
crusade.
he's ministry.
My
Because
God.
there's multitudes
He said a
of
crusade.
all peoples, all nations,
all tribes.
and all tongues. On 200 level, 300 level, 400, 500, 600, 700, 900, 2 million. Everybody, they masters. People who don't carry, they carry this thing, they go. The guy is there, you know. And I thought to myself, I said, this guy must be such a bad teacher of this thing for
people to fail like this.
People to just be failing it like this.
Yes.
You know, and they're still doing that course still today.
My God.
Because it's engineering maths. Are you going to say that they should just, because of that multitude of failure, we should just scrap the course?
My God, it's no need for this course on the earth.
You understand? Let's start doing other things.
Yes,
let's
basic
do
mathematics.
engineering 1 and 2. Engineering, you understand? Because the problem is the stakeholders in it at the time. Yeah, that's what you're saying. I'm not sure that's what
exactly.
You're saying.
Yes.
So
who you have been watching? Who have you watched do it? Are they doing something wrong? As opposed to when we're talking about the institution itself, like even in this your example, if you're talking about the course itself, is there a use for it on the earth? Are there people that have different experiences with this same course? If that makes sense, you know, and then learn why is our own not working? If that makes sense, you know. So yeah, just to address that. Then with regards like just our priorities, we have a lot of ideologies in our society that are inconsistent with marriage. A lot. These things, we've addressed many of them in this episode already. Okay. One, a fundamental misunderstanding of what love is. That definition, that selfish definition of love cannot work in marriage. You can't be selfish in marriage. You can't. Marriage is not built for selfish people. If you enter that place and you're only thinking about yourself, you are setting yourself up for dissatisfaction for the rest of your life. When you enter that place and you serve somebody and the other person serves you, you are now able to appreciate the use of that thing. But if you go there looking for only what you can get and you marry somebody that is like you, there's no, we don't need therapist to tell us why you fail. I don't need the Holy Ghost to even start explaining to me. I know what the issue is fundamentally. You understand? It's not made for selfish people. It's not made for that selfish definition of love. Not at all. There are many other things. Our understanding of sex. Sex is not something you do casually. It's sacred. You understand?
What do you mean by sacred?
Sacred.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. His design. one. Okay. Is not that's
because when people think sacred,
yes,
they think holy. They think
it is.
And some people cannot marry holy and sex together.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that we understand it in other aspects of life.
Tell me.
We're just not attributing it to this thing.
Okay.
There are many things that you don't just. Do you know that in some people's houses they have inside slippers and outside slippers?
Yeah, I know that.
My house they do it. You don't wear inside slippers outside. Just that small, very simple example shows you that many people understand what it means for something to be is something that you don't just share around.
Like
you don't just
that is cup.
My
that
God.
That is plate.
We have
in Africa.
You understand? We have examples of those things all over the place, but we just don't attribute it to sex. Okay. That's why, and that idea of sex, that also selfish view of sex, where it's like I'm going to be with whoever I want to be with, however I want to be with those people, with as many people as I want to be with. That view of sex is inconsistent with marriage. Is inconsistent with being faithful to one person. Is inconsistent with the loyalty that you are looking for.
I'm pushing in hard on the sex because we just talked a lot about it. Now,
true. Yes.
Now, when you say you say sex is sacred.
Yes.
You know, and you say it's 1-to-1.
Yes.
Question to ask is, okay, why would God give, because a young person begins to have this sexual desire or capabilities from some people as early as 8. Some people 12, 11, 13. Why? I'm just saying, this is a question that
because you're supposed to use it.
You understand? Why so
use for it?
Why so early? I'm not saying if I would not be allowed to use it until much later.
Yeah. So you can even, this is even a beautiful question. The only problem is that we will not critique we will not we'll critique the feeling as opposed to, or how early we are feeling it as opposed to how late we are using it. Do you understand? So why are we not asking the question of why are we marrying at 30? If my body is feeling it that early, maybe I'm supposed to
marry a little bit early.
A little bit. I'm not advocating for 80-year-olds marrying. You understand? But maybe there's an issue. There are issues in all these other factors influencing the timing. You understand? Maybe there's an issue with our thinking. Are we supposed to be getting married? Maybe early 20s. Earlier. Why are we making it so difficult?
So maybe because of, some people will say, maybe because of
why is it too expensive for people to get married younger? Why did we do that? We won't question those things.
But we'll keep those complicated stuff
and be blaming. Those are my issues.
Okay, that's a good.
Yeah,
that's a good.
We'll keep those things, and then because we've justified those things, we've justified.
But none of people have found themselves in this. None of people have found themselves in this situation.
Yeah.
How do you advise? Because now that's top. In every, sex is so mainstream today that is one of the any young person, there's no talk about sex.
Yes.
That a young person would not benefit from.
Yeah.
Because there's those that are curious
about it.
Those that are wanting to, this stuff is crazy. How am I going to? Of course, there's stuff that are weakening these things in us. Yeah, these capabilities. Maybe I was telling somebody when I was in secondary school. We went to the same high school.
Yeah.
When it's 5 a.m. and wake up for that morning devotion. All right. If your eyes, most guys are always sleeping, but if your eyes ever open, you see like 200 erect boys.
Save your eyes.
200 boys in that common room for that morning devotion, all erect.
Yes.
Worshiping God.
Yes, my God.
You understand?
Yes.
But nobody at that moment is thinking, where the babe? This is just a biological experience for many.
Yeah.
But then a time comes where that guy's mind is open that this can mean more.
Yeah.
And the other things that secrete this, biological reaction caused by the trigger it in me.
Yes.
And so it's like, of course things are, but how, my question is, how do we now navigate?
My thing is, I think that the direct answer to this question is we need to start teaching differently from how we've been teaching. Help that young man understand that this thing you are experiencing, this is why you are experiencing it. From when he is that young. Help him understand. Sometimes I think about myself and I imagine if somebody had those conversations with me, the way I spent money would have been different from when I was young. I would have been, that allowance I was getting, I would have been saving it. Because now somebody has told me when I am 16, when I am 14, 15, that what you are feeling, the attraction you're feeling now toward women, you are going to need it. You're going to use it to find one that is very good for you. You're going to need to commit yourself to this one. You understand? Find one that you like so that you can use this thing that you are feeling. You understand? But you're going to need to take care of her. Oh, wow. Now I'm not going to be spending money stupidly. I might, maybe if they told me that thing, I might hold up on PlayStation. You understand? Yes. And keep some, you understand, for whenever this time comes, because I'm preparing for it much earlier now. You understand? Imagine how different our disposition would have been if somebody told us these things much earlier. Most guys are just coasting through life until they reach one age 35. I'm tired of playing around. Let me find somebody. But that doesn't have to be the way it is. I feel like we need to teach younger, and this is not how they treat women, surprisingly. They tell from when they are babies, is this how you are going to do in your husband's house?
Start preparing.
Do you get? That idea is introduced to them early. So much earlier, they are already thinking about it. I think we need to do that with us as well. You understand? So that much earlier, we are also considering, you understand, understanding that, okay, I'm going to have a use for this thing. And then with regards the conversation about sex and it being secret and how should we view it, we're not acknowledging all the things that sex does, all the things that sex is and all the things that sex does. Largely, this hedonistic view of it, is birthed from a view that sex, the only purpose of sex is pleasure. But that's not correct. Sex serves a bigger purpose than that, or other purposes than that. Sex is pleasurable, no doubt about it. Sex also fosters a bond. And there's a reason for that. And it makes sense that if that is the case, if sex actually fosters a bond, then it makes sense that you should be doing it with somebody that you want to be with forever. If you don't want a bond, you shouldn't be having sex with somebody you're not planning to have a bond with, somebody that you don't want to remain connected to. And it's clear, even people that are having it casually, they will tell you, can testify to the fact that it fosters a bond. There is a way that you try to disconnect yourself from the emotions that are attached to it, but you really can't. That's just the truth. You have to either lie, get yourself inside that mood. You understand? Why are you using words of endearment when you are doing it if she's not really your baby? Why do you feel like you need to call her that? Because you know that this is supposed to be endearing. There's something I'm supposed to care about this person emotionally because there's a bond that's supposed to be fostered. There's a bond that's even supposed to precede this, and this thing is supposed to even help that bond, if that makes sense. When you see it like that sex fosters bonds, sex increases bonds, you won't have it with people you don't want to have bonds with, if that makes sense. You won't have it with people that you're not trying to be with for a long time. You'll be scared of doing it with them because I don't want to do this one long term. You understand? There are many other things that many other ways that it establishes those kind of bonds, but because we don't see it like that, and we think just pleasure, let me do this to enjoy myself, and
so it
and
becomes
deep.
a tool for people to
You understand?
use.
And it actually is a tool, just not for the things that we think it's for. It's not just for you to enjoy yourself and go. That it being a tool for bonding is it being a tool. It is something that's supposed to foster a deep connection. Supposed to help you. It's like that phone call that you scheduled every week with your parents, or the way you say, I'm going to visit my family every Sunday. That thing is supposed to help foster a connection. That system is supposed to help foster a connection. Make that connection, or having a date night every month. You are doing it so that every time, whether you want to go or not, me and this person are remaining closer, if that makes sense. You understand? When we eventually go, we'll talk, we'll have deep conversations, and eventually maybe we'll love each other more. You understand? Sex does something. It does that on steroids, if that makes sense. It's supposed to, when you have it, I want this person. I remember one day there was an issue with my gate, and my dad called the welder. It was our family house. The gate had an issue. One of the metals had broken off, and my dad called the welder. The welder came and brought another piece of iron, attached it to the place where the space was.
Okay.
And then what a welder does, fire, started hitting the thing until I couldn't find the other iron that it came with. I couldn't see it again. They've become one thing. That's what sex does. I remember watching that thing. I remember watching it.
So the lyrics sex
yes, I remember watching it and sensing my spirit, like the Holy Spirit. That's what sex does. And I'm like, mad. Yes, because now if you want to break that gate again, you will break that iron that they just brought. That iron that they just joined to the gate now, it has become the gate. It has become the gate. If you break that gate again, that you can't even find which. Somebody says like making an omelette. Once you crack 2 eggs and mix them together, you know if you separate. If you want to choke the old egg inside their shell, you can't. That's what it establishes so strong a bond that separation is, and you want that with somebody that you want to be with forever. That's why they tell you that it was made for marriage. So if you have all these understandings, you can thrive in marriage. And just trust God.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
So na master class.
You rush.
Whoa.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank God.
It went better than I even thought, I think truly we'll bring you again. I think we'll guys bring you with that.
This conversation, they know they have one once.
Yes, and we have an episode type that we want to start doing. It's called Crossfire.
Okay.
So it's just like what you said. So we bring two opposing views and let's just talk it through. Yes. So I think the next episode might be like that. So
I like that.
So we'll bring one on this that you've just said. Thank you so much. And if you feel like you have contrary opinions, like you want to talk to King James, you want to pour out your heart. You're like, bro, I disagree.
Yes, we live for discourse. That's how we learn things.
Please, by all means, please share with us. We like to hear your perspective, but this is what we share with you based on our knowledge from scriptures and from God. So no wahala. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you much for tuning in. Till we come your way next time. Remember, King James is married, please. So even though his handle is there, please. Because some ladies you watch, I'm saying, he walk. I will show you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me,
so great
brother.
to have
I
you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Appreciate
Well done.
Bye, guys.
Yeah,
Peace.